floating in the wind.
Yeah, let's see if it crashes again after the update, after I turned on dynamic resolution, and when I turned on VSync to stop with the screen tearing. They need to go talk to the people that made Spider-Man the remastered version, because they did graphics a whole lot better.
Yeah, yeah, they did.
Please
Two
wait.
games are very similar.
See, now I'm worried. Is this game gonna crash on me really hard again? Crash the entire computer?
The game really messed with you last time.
Yep. So hesitant to start this game up again. I have not had a game crash my entire computer. And this computer is like custom built to be really high specs. It don't make any sense. Okay. Why am I revived when I started the game and I'm like 1/4 of health.
Like, the crash also damaged your character.
I didn't know you could do that. Oh man, I'm so used to Spider-Man where it's so easy to get around.
Yeah, Batman don't have that luxury, unfortunately.
Yep. Now I gotta like remember the janky way that you move about in this game.
Huh. It's a bat stash.
You need to use that
How am I
that
gonna
bat,
get in there?
that flying bat thing, and all that.
Red Hood identified.
Now you have to go through Batman's riddles.
That's real, yeah.
It is lore that he just so happened to have stored stuff, and not inside the Bat cave. So why didn't Batman
User
store his
approved.
stuff inside the
Cache
Bat
site
cave
uploaded
again?
to AR device.
He said if he's out in the field and he can't get back to the Batcave, he'll put in a secret spot. See, but I mean, if you lose all your gadgets and stuff, like, how would you even get through this?
Well, too.
I don't think it was fully thought out. Let's go listen to Batman's voice. Oh yeah, 2 new ones.
Log entry BT-79. In a move that surprises even me, I've hired Harley Quinn as a research partner. Or rather, I've hired Dr. Harleen Quinzel, a trained psychiatrist whose work in criminal profiling surpasses even mine. Of course, some of that work is based on her personal experience as a criminal. While this aspect of her history is impossible to overlook, in this instance, it's invaluable. It took less convincing than I thought to gain her cooperation. A chance to do good, small honorarium, and a ride in the Batwing were all the perks she requested. My contacts tell me Harley is comfortably installed at Blackgate. It's genius on her part. No one will suspect her presence, even if she's not actually serving a sentence right now. It puts her in the perfect location to carry out the research I need. It does also put her back into the criminal lifestyle we'd all prefer she left behind, but I will check in on her progress occasionally. I've given her the pattern I'm looking for. She's positioned to comb the records and profile the subjects. They, if they really do exist, won't be looking for Harley. And I'll keep it that way. Not a whispered word is said.
Not a whispered word is said. What?
Log entry BT-33. Crossed paths with Batgirl on patrol tonight. It's been a few weeks since she joined the team. Not that she'd put it that way. She's accepted some training, resources, nothing more. Even had some choice words to share about the Batcomputer's tech. I get it. She was doing fine without me. Far better than I would have without the means I was born into. No wonder she insists on sticking to her own cases. Reminds me of someone else I know. Everything Jim has ever said about his daughter is true. I won't be the one to tell him. That's her right. He saw the corruption in the force and tried to shield her from it. So she found another way to keep Gotham safe. But she is not like Batman. Batman and Robin fight crime by cover of night. But Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson are somehow still sheltered, in a way she isn't. She sees things that we don't. Maybe we've lived in a mansion too long. Barbara's different. She's driven by something I can't quite understand. Most people freeze up when faced with others' pain. But she sees the hurt at Gotham's core, and she has to get involved. To her, it was never a choice. Dick asked me to bring her further into the fold, to truly work together. But I'm not the one that needs convincing. Barbara insists she doesn't need me. And frankly, she's right. But Gotham does need Batgirl. We're fortunate to have her on our team, in whatever way she sees fit.
Scribble notes. Contacts. Alright. Well, I hope we can find the regulators again that took the opportunity away from me last time because of the crash.
Yeah, the game said no, you are not solving this crime. And how dare you for even thinking about it?
Someone's been using a construction site as a hideout.
attack.
There goes that machine gun. It's machine gun.
Aw, why can't I interrogate him?
Aren't you supposed to be able to?
Yeah. Fine.
Stupid.
Unless I'm supposed to scan them or whatever.
How do you scan them?
Oh, you gotta hold a scanning thing to do this weird mechanic. And then it says something about them being able to interrogate it, I think? I don't know, I've never understood it.
So only specific ones can be interrogated sometimes?
I think so.
Now that's awful.
These are freaks, they're not regulators. That sucks.
Eyes on that prize. We got the hook in our midst.
You've made such good life choices.
Keep out, Fred. Aim for the leg. Let go of it.
Tell me what I want to know.
I can interrogate a
I
freak?
got the answers you need.
Good enough for me.
My hero!
I can interrogate him when there's other enemies around?
Hold. This'll help.
Now you do. Later.
Feel the heat.
Yeah, I hate these infinite Molotov.
The dude is screaming burn. Burn to the ground!
No, don't remind me of that. I don't remember that. Burn it! Burn it! Burn it! Burn it! Burn it!
Red Hood? Oh, well, well, well. We ain't going down like this. I'll burn you down.
No, don't. Burn it to the ground.
Yeah, they were not regulators, though. Where's the regulators?
Yeah.
Interrogate.
You have to try to interrogate every single one of them to get to a pot of them.
Start making this difficult.
That's a regulator. Got one.
Freeze's cryo guns. Where did you put them?
Okay, okay. I'll tell you where they are.
Was that so hard?
Damn!
He didn't tell you. Knocked him out before he could. That's a pretty bad interrogation. I'll tell you everything you know. This guy will never help us.
Terrible. Terrible, terrible. Do you think the police officer will attack me?
I can't believe a vigilante jumped in to help me. Thanks.
Told you we're on the
No.
same side.
I called for backup. You better head off before they show up.
No.
Wouldn't that be like Jason? I told you we're on the same side and then it kicks him.
Kick him while he's down.
Found something. Anybody got a tag?
So I can go back to the belfry. I can go back to the belfry, or I could go meet this person. Which one?
Let's meet the person, then go back to the party. It's always nice to meet someone new.
Okay.
Or if it's Talia again.
Unless the objective tells me not to. Because there's two of them, apparently. So how do I run faster? Okay, clicking the left stick, that's how you do it. It's much better on Spider-Man, like it's so natural.
The game was built for speed and triggers.
Yeah. They should take a lesson from how Spider-Man did it.
I think they've taken a lot of stuff from it. Just they've been able to take specific advancement from it.
This place gives me owl vibes.
There are 42 insignias.
Damn it, don't do that!
I'm surprised you're not out there busting heads, Montoya.
Like that'd make a difference. The department's a joke now. There are more cops on the take than ever. Criminals keep getting out on appeal. At least when Jim was around, we could count on you guys to help. Now you're the enemy. Feels like we're fighting a war on every front.
Kane's just pissed because we're not intimidated by her. She can threaten us all she wants. We're not leaving.
I don't know if I should be sad or relieved.
Probably both.
As much as I hate to say it, it's good to have you guys here. Because we'll need more than a few honest cops to save this city. I read a report about a vigilante saving a cop's ass. Nearly spit out my coffee laughing.
And then you immediately attack them. Do you know anything about that?
What was that?
I said, then you immediately attack
Nice
them.
job
Do you know
out
anything
there.
about that?
No, nothing. Didn't do it.
Wasn't me. It was some other vigilante.
So, Mr. Freeze, we actually have to clear out 2 strongholds.
So you beat Mr.
Because
Freeze.
of you, another honest cop got to come home after their shift.
Didn't you already beat Mr. Freeze?
I think he disappeared into hiding or something after what happened.
Weird.
So we gotta like hunt him down all over again, and the next time we see him, he'll probably be a level 300.
That's always fun.
Because this game doesn't really scale nicely. It'll destroy you.
Batman teams up with Harley Quinn, finds something out. But then Harley Quinn's like, yeah, I don't want to do that. I'm just going to betray you anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of weird. The weird thing is about this game is that it expects you to have 4 people to all be all 4 of the, Gotham heroes.
Yeah.
But they only ever got the performance to barely handle 2 of the heroes. But the game still expects 4 heroes to be playing. It's what it feels like.
Yeah, it does feel like the game is scaled for 4 people.
But then they never allow 4 people, which is kind of strange. Defeat all enemies, defeat guards, defeat Mr. Freeze's crowds and crates. Oh no, disarm crowds and crates. I was like, defeat his crates?
Defeat the crates. Defeat his crates.
Alright, I need
Eat
to
his crate.
perform 3 perfect attacks, which is terrible. I hate that.
Do be cautious in there, sir.
What on earth is a perfect attack?
It's that whole parry thing when, right when they're about to hit you, press B to dodge, and then you can press X to attack, and it's a perfect attack.
Yeah, I hate stuff like that in games. So I've beaten the Callisto Protocol.
You beat Callisto Protocol?
I did, yeah. There's only there's 8 chapters in the entire game.
Fine, you win. Just let me go.
Is it good?
From chapters, the combat's fair is awful. I don't like the figure anything. Also, the game has this weird thing where they kind of stuff a whole bunch of stuff in the last 2 chapters, and I don't really understand it. Now you're probably wondering what I mean by that. Well, there's 5 boss fights in 6 and 7, between 6 to 8.
Huh.
5 boss. So here's the first boss. First boss is this thing with 2 heads that comes down from this grate, and you have to fight it. When you shoot with the one, when you hurt the one head, it pulls it off and it throws it again. And it starts attacking with the other side. Here's the second boss. It's got 2 heads, and when you shoot the one head, when you hurt the one head, it pulls off one of the heads into the side. Then you fight it with 1 head.
What was
Here's
that?
the third boss. There's 2 heads. You have to hit the head. You damage the head enough to pull the same boss 4 times in a row. You fight the same boss. It's a different. It's the same kind of boss. It's the same boss. Because you killed the boss. You fight the same boss, same kind of boss 4 times in a row.
Oh, that's a lot.
You fight. It's not even all that hard. It's not really like. It's not really like super hard, but if it catches you, it does like a whole lot of damage. And if your health is low enough, it'll just one-shot you.
Huh.
But yeah, you fight the same kind of boss 4 times in a row between chapters 6 to 8. It's not even spread out really. Like there's one point where you fight the boss, you go like 10 minutes later you fight the boss. You fight the boss again. You fight another boss.
Hey, that proves that it kinda didn't work, their update, because it just froze pretty bad, and I had to like wait for it to come back.
Yeah, I could tell you that everything just froze.
Good grief. Now I gotta make sure everything's running okay. Weird. It's when you get into fights that shows whether or not it can actually handle it.
Really, you can't.
And it still can't. Alright,
It sucks.
anyways, 4
Even,
bosses?
yeah, the first 4 bosses you fight them between chapter 6 and chapter 8. The 4 bosses are the exact same. No, there's nothing different. It's the same boss. There's no like, it doesn't have like an extra weapon. It doesn't have like an extra thing. 2 of them have. Other than that, it's the same.
I'm just getting warmed up.
It's like, why did you create the same boss 4 times? Why did you do this? Was this real? Could you really not think of any other bosses?
I guess not.
You couldn't even spread them out?
No, I guess it just wanted all 4 bosses at the same exact time.
Red Hood, we are getting reports of multiple robberies, all orchestrated.
The final boss
by
is
regulators.
slightly different. It's not a
They must be
2-headed
planning
one.
something.
It has
They
only
need that
1
much
head.
Stuff this quickly. Alfred,
That's pretty much
send
the
me what you
difference
have.
between
I'll
the
check it out.
normal bosses. And it's 1 head.
same exact hideout that I went into last time.
Yeah, I'd imagine. I imagine there's probably be a.
Now Jason has to dance.
Yeah. Imagine if the penguin was just right there.
So, what would you rank Callisto Protocol?
I mean, it's about a 5.
5?
10. I give it a 5.
Oh, okay.
Like if you get the combat, then you'll probably like it more. But I just never could. Like it never changed. The combat is the same throughout the entire game. You can upgrade one thing. You can make the shooting somewhat. None of the weapons really feel much. Like I maxed the strength of the Titan. It never felt like I was doing more damage to the enemies. It felt like I was doing the same amount of damage each time I was hitting them.
We have a 10:30. There's a robbery in progress.
Like in Dead Space, when you upgrade the plasma cutter, you can tell a difference almost immediately. When you shoot an enemy, tell there's this. Also, there's this weird habit where you'll go to a
Should have taken your business elsewhere.
right. You can't go.
Are they still trying to steal money regardless of my presence here?
Of course they are. It's just.
She was like, I shot him, but he's hurting us. He killed 3 of the people.
Yeah, no.
Or 2 of the people. He's fighting that person. I'm gonna run all the way over here and be like, nothing bad's gonna happen. Let's steal money. Oh wait, no, it's way over here. I'm gonna run all the. No, that's not even there. Where did she run off to? Oh, I think she ran right here.
Unconscious gang
Yeah, she
member
ran right here.
violation.
Oh, cops arrived while I'm doing my recap. Uh oh, they're gonna shoot me. And their bullets hurt more than the thugs. But she ran all the way around. She's like, let me just ignore that and get some more money.
I need the money. Maybe if I do this, he'll ignore me and go after them.
Oh, yeah. Reach the location of the robbery? What robbery? This robbery? The regulators are just back to regular old crime. I want to go back to the Belfry though, and try to continue the main quest. I want to see, when I'm in the Belfry, does it do the screen tearing stupid stuff again?
By Gardner and Park. We have a 10:30.
Yeah, that's a good
There's
idea.
a robbery in progress.
What robbery? I don't see one. I don't hear it.
Nope.
Who's doing a robbery in here?
Time for Betty Bye.
Hey, mask alert! He's dead!
doing there?
Just rob him.
I see you there.
Eat this.
Oh.
The regulators have big plans, but I don't know what. If they're anything like a weather machine, we're in a lot of trouble.
Perhaps Mr. Freeze might know what his old associates are up to.
Oh, you have to find Freeze to figure out what the regulators are up to this time?
Oh, I guess?
Dr. Freeze.
The regulators are not following Mr. Freeze anymore?
I guess not.
I am confused. What's happening?
And now you have to find Mr. Freeze and talk to him about the regulators and ask them what the regulators are doing.
I guess.
You have to interrogate Mr. Freeze.
Like that ever works successfully. Night 20, Dear Diary. We still don't know what happened to Batman.
We're still trying to figure it out. We've been haunted by his riddles all sorted around town. We don't even know where to begin.
I've uploaded the data we got from Hendrix. It should be ready soon. I've seen Bruce make that same face when he got stuck on a case. What's on your mind?
Everything starts with Ra's al Ghul attacking Batman, but I can't figure out how it connects.
You've never had to fight the League, have you? Ra's was a fanatic. He formed the League of Shadows centuries ago to root out corruption all over the world.
His philosophy, if you want to call it that, is that he should destroy things to build them back up. He's wiped out multiple cities over the centuries.
He set his sights on Gotham. Batman stopped him. He was impressed, so he named Bruce his heir.
That suddenly, even though Bruce said no thanks.
But it meant Ra's left Gotham alone. That is until he showed up and... Bruce.
Talia says Ra's was behaving erratically when he died.
Yeah. I put money on that not being the whole story.
Hang on. What if our starting point is earlier? Batman died while he was investigating the Court of Owls.
You think Ra's found out about it? But why come after his heir?
Ra's cares about two things: rooting out corruption and protecting the Lazarus Pits. So if the court was using an extract from the pits to create talents...
Ra's blows a gasket, steps in himself. Things escalate. Both he and Bruce end up dead.
And without Batman keeping a lid on Gotham's corruption, the court starts to stretch its wings.
The League follows Ra's to Gotham, and there's nobody to stop them from attacking the court.
Gotham City becomes ground zero for a goddamn war.
And no Batman to save it.
I guess that's our job now.
Yeah. It is. And we know what we need to do. We root out the court, and we keep the League away from Gotham.
I mean, that makes sense to me.
I really miss him.
The court is messing with the League's Lazarus Pits, which is going to lead to, full-blown fighting. See, I like the story of this game. It's
Excellent.
just
The drive Mr. Hendricks provided us
game doesn't
contains
run well.
exactly what we need. I've set up a safe house for Mr. Hendricks. His original one was compromised.
Yeah, VSync. I needed it on to stop that screen tearing.
Glad to hear it.
Look at that. Looks normal. Yep. VSync. Huh.
The voice of the court's modulator is going to be a pain to remove. I'll pull up some of Bruce's old files, see how he disguised his voice back in the day.
Oh, I can't even do Mr. Freeze's thing. He wants to be a level 21 to 24. '21 to 24. I'm only level 16. Still there? Did it cut me off? Alright, can you hear me now? I can hear you, Chopo.
Yeah. Can you still hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, good.
Did it cut off?
I could still hear you.
I think that cutscenes do that. Like, they cut out Discord because they use up too much network bandwidth.
Ugh.
I don't know how or why, but it seems to be what's happening. This game is just kind of messed up. So anyways, I'm level 16. I cannot do these other ones, Mr. Freeze or Clayface, because that one's 21 to 24. And this one's 23 to 26. And Harley I could do if I wanted to. I don't know. I don't think this game's like 100% friendly on the scaling. Like, you really gotta be careful what you start getting into. I didn't really get a whole lot, did I? Huh. Well, I think I'm gonna leave the game here, because I don't want it to, like, crash my computer again, since it's still doing the lagging stuff. It starts with the lagging and then it just gets worse and worse, and I think they have a huge memory leak.